you're a manager of managers, or if you've got responsibility over someone who's got their own responsibilities and you're constantly doing their job for them, they are never going to learn as fast as if they just did it and you supported them through it.
18 months ago, you were managing everything.
Yes.
And then we've gone from a transition to having you managing 4 managers.
Yep.
Really big transition. The thing that I'm really interested in you unpacking for me, because I observed it, but I wasn't in the room to see you having the conversations, was how you got everyone to learn all the things that they need to and not have you constantly do stuff when it would have been faster just for you to do it and then have this massive amount of work pile up on you. How on earth do you take people that had none or some management experience and make them fully ramped up within 3 months?
Yeah, so the first thing that happens when leadership changes within a business is that it takes a long time for your staff to realise who they need to go to for the thing now, right?
Yep.
So in the past, I was looking after all of the aspects of the business, from our clients to our staff to every facility, everything, right? And then when we implemented a couple of managers that now sit below me, on the day-to-day, people would still come to me asking for things that I used to do for them, right? Hey, Nathan, I want to change my roster, or hey, I can't work these days anymore, or hey, I had this kid in my class that we need to reach out to the parent, etc., right? Stuff that used to be my responsibility that I used to help them with, that now is the responsibility of the 2 managers that sit below me. And so something that I had to learn really quickly was, how do I navigate those conversations without undermining the managers that I've just put in place, giving them the opportunity to learn how to deal with all of the different scenarios.
Can you explain what you mean by undermining?
Yeah, so if one of the managers, if a staff member brought me something that was, hey, I want to change my day and time on the roster, right? I could do that for them. I know how to do it, right? I can go in and I can do everything. I understand what's going on. But if I did it, then the manager whose responsibility is the roster would feel like I had just gone over the top of them, like I hadn't communicated to them. They would be thinking, why am I even doing this job if I'm not going to do some of the things, right? Like, if Nathan's just going to do everything, why doesn't he just do the job?
Yeah.
And so I had to very quickly learn how to have a conversation with when a team member bought me something that it was no longer my responsibility and someone else's, right?
Okay.
Because I needed to give the opportunity for the manager to learn how to deal with all of these conversations, like I had learnt when I had first started in the role.
How do you reframe, for example, hey, I want to change my roster? What do you say to the staff member in that moment?
Yeah, so I used to say, that's not my job anymore, right? Yep. Go talk to this person. But there's a slight flaw in that. And the flaw is that staff member will still come to you. And the reason that they will still come to you is because they know you can do it still. And so they're just waiting for the day that you slip up and go, yeah, you know what, I'll just do it for you, right? Yep. They're waiting for you to just be like, oh, yep, okay, I'll do it. No worries, you stop pestering me. So I've changed my language, and now my answer is, I don't know. And so I do know, right? So it's a little white lie. But what it means is it means that the manager whose responsibility looks like, and we're giving the perception out to all of our staff that they are the one in complete control of that thing.
Yeah, so optics is really important.
Yeah. So when the staff member comes, or then they think in the future, oh my God, I need my roster changed, they go, oh, Nathan doesn't know what's going on with the roster, so I can't talk to him. I need to go and talk to the manager whose responsibility is the roster.
So it actually elates that person, and it makes so with the change that's occurred, the staff member that's coming in, when you say, I don't know, it puts the new manager up on a pedestal that they're like, oh, they know everything, I need to go to them, and it reframes the entire relationship with, Nathan was my old boss, this is now my new boss, and they know everything, so I'm going to go to them for everything. Exactly. And so it has that step of removal between, and it takes a lot of humility to say to someone, I don't know something, right? Yeah. Because most people really, I know I really value knowing things and being the one that can help people out. And so it took a lot for me to learn that strategy of saying, I don't know, but it has like transformed how our managers act.
And the feedback that I got from one of our managers a couple of weeks ago is he's like, you just don't do anything that's not your job, which was actually, and the way that he framed it was in much of a compliment. He said that him and our other manager at that site, they both really feel like they have complete responsibility over their job and their tasks, because I'm not putting my fingers in pies or anything. I'm just, if it's something that they're responsible for, then you need to go and talk to them about it.
Yeah, right. Cool. So from a satisfaction perspective, they really understand what they have influence over, which means that people are going to stick around longer. Their morale for the team's better.
Yeah. And so that's very much a tactical in-person conversation way of saying, hey, I don't know, go talk to this person. The way that we do it outside of work over text is as simple as someone will text me, hey, Nathan, like I've got a new job, like I'm no longer going to be able to work. I screenshot that. I send it to the manager who's responsible, and I tell the person who sent me that text, hey, actually, I don't know what's going on with the roster right now. Can you make sure that you send this through to the manager? But I've also already sent it to the manager.
Yeah, so you're getting fast communication.
Yeah.
So they already can be preeminent.
100%. And so then what I'm doing is when somebody brings me something and they bring me something that I know might be challenging for the manager, or maybe it's a new conversation that I know the manager hasn't had before, that's then when I have the opportunity to step in and in the background, without the employee seeing, help the manager through how do we have the conversation, what actions need to take place afterwards, all of those sorts of things, right? And so I can help the manager learn a lot faster through experience rather than trying to teach them through theory, right? Because any situation that we come up with in a 3-month period, then the manager themselves are dealing with it wholly with my support from the background, rather than me just dealing with it and telling the manager how I dealt with it, right?
Yeah, there's one thing to learn from a textbook, and there's another thing to learn with someone standing behind you and being the voice that's in your head going, hey, just make sure you remember this bit as you're trying to do it.
Yes.
So that's why our managers learn so much faster and have much better outcomes, is because you actually don't do anything for them from the day dot, but you're constantly in there supporting them and changing the optics so that the team accepts people faster.
100%. And they have all the theory. They have all of our systems and processes of how do we give feedback, how do we deal with complaints of clients, how do we reach out to families who need extra support, how do we deal with staff that want more or less shifts. They have all of that written down in their manager handbook, but there's nothing like the experience. And if you're a manager of managers, or if you've got responsibility over someone who's got their own responsibilities and you're constantly doing their job for them, they are never going to learn as fast as if they just did it and you supported them through it.